Hey everybody! All right, I made it in the craft room and I am so very excited because we are working on the Christmas in July on August 16th. Oh well. Okay, so I think by now Terry and Keon know I'm good for my word that I will do something, but I'm not necessarily great on getting it in on time. Okay, this is my cover page, and this was some French lace that I got and will soon be on my shop, probably in the next few days. But I couldn't resist putting a piece of this on. I believe I've got it this way. And I'm just going to fold the edges around where I have excess. And some of it might just, if it's too small to fold around, it might just stick out. And that will be okay. Some artistic licensing. I can do what I want, dang it. Okay, so here's my lady. Now I took Copic markers and colored in the cherries better, and I cut all kinds of different of the ivy leaves and put it there, and then I have one of my poinsettias on her hat along with some of this mesh lace that I put for her scarf and around her hat, but because of course it's matching. So that is going to go right in the center, maybe a little bit to the right. Okay, so that's about where that's going to go. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. Yes, I got new Fabri-Tac. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac on this. All right. Right about there. I think that looks pretty good. All right. Just going to pat that down. I want all these little leaves to make sure that they're getting down so that they don't hook on things. Now these I am leaving up. I even put underneath, this is a large one that's right here. Oh, here it is. This is this one that I cut, and I just kind of tucked the bells up underneath the, I didn't want her having bells on her hat. So that's up underneath one of the poinsettia that I have here. And then just a few other ones that are off of the lined page with the holly across the top and the bottom. I cut those larger pieces. Now I do have one smaller piece left that I can fit in somewhere, and I may, let me just do that. Let me kind of get some of those white edges off of there. And oh, I've got so many little extra things. I also fixed on page 5 the thumbnail where I had, oh, for heaven's sakes. I'm doing a little house cleaning, guys. I am so sorry, but it is a mess. And I have glue on all of my fingers, so everything is sticking to them. I kid you not. That goes over there. Of course you fell down. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. This is, we're having fun, And I need to know where my tweezers are. Oh, I just put them away. Okay, so I am going to, let's see, Fabri-Tac here, so I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac. Okay. Oh, come on now. There. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Happy with all of that. Now, we have our big flower, which I want to get somewhere in there, but I'm not going to put this one on yet because I still have to do the spine. So I'm not putting my large flower or the other flower, but this is how it's going to look, is something like this, or this one is going to go down here. I haven't really made that choice yet, but I hope you guys like that. I love it. I knew I wanted her in poinsettias. Poinsettias. Okay, I was trying to pick that one up. Can't do it. Okay, so we'll put that aside, and I'm going to show you. I still got more to do in here to finish up. That needs something, but it doesn't need any page covered. I still have this one to do, and I'm not quite sure I want this in there. I'm going to pull that back out. It doesn't float my boat. I still have this one to do. And I have the tags there. That doesn't need anything. Working on the little booklet that's going to go here. And so I did a collage page. I cut these strips in all different sizes, and they only go, because I only had, and I didn't want to print out anymore, I only had a couple of thinner strips. So they only go just beyond. What I did was I put this rectangle down onto my white copy paper, and I just traced around it. So then I lifted this up, and then I knew that I needed to get my strips just beyond that. So I glued them on, you know, going just beyond the line, and then I cut them off, and I used them again if they were long enough to do so. And I put black magic marker, boy, there's something you don't hear very often anymore, Sharpie. I took my black Sharpie and I separated each one of the papers, so again I would have enough to do the page. But I kind of made it a little stained glassy. I don't know if that's what you would call it. So yeah, all of those black lines on there is me doing that and then separating the pages out. And then I ripped this with my ruler and laid it down. I just thought I didn't want it to have just a, you know, anyway. So then this page, here is this. Now this is where I had punched the thumb hole. I had punched it all the way through onto this page, and I didn't want it on this page. And so I made a little tuck spot. I did not have this piece large enough, this piece with the little kids on it. So I did start a small piece of copy paper with little squares, and just, you know, cut out little squares with my, I think this is a 1.5 inch. And so I just got a little piece of I cut one square in half. So I had a 1/2 inch on this side and a 1/2 inch on this side, because I wanted them to match. I didn't want it to get so busy with them being totally different. So they do somewhat match on each side. And then I made a little double pocket here and here. And I've just stuck a few things in there right now. And I did the little sides here on this one as well. And I used my magic marker and separated it and used some black just to kind of bring this over to this. This is a little piece of material, and I threaded it, you know, I took the threads out of it so it was really fluffy, and then just a little bit of the ball, the pom-pom. So that is what I have done with page 5. I still haven't done that one. So, and I've got, you know, I've got partials of everything done. I just didn't have it done. And I do have 2 more, you know, 1 each side, and I've got some of these almost done. So that is good. And I think I will come back with maybe some of this just onto these strips with that buffalo check. I think I will. And this is the same material that I used on that page 5, that little strip. That's the same material. So I love that it, you know, it's coming back someplace else. I always like that it's coming back someplace else. Okay, and one thing that I've noticed is this ribbon is used on this page, and on this page. And then it's not used anyplace else. So I will bring it to the front of the book, since it's been used so much, somewhere in the front of the book, okay? Maybe even, I do plan on making a very small writing journal to go right in here. So maybe it will have some of that ribbon in there. Okay, so that catches you up to speed with me for right now. I don't have a ton of pieces left, but I'm actually, well, I guess I do have a ton of pieces left. So I went and cut all of these out, because remember, some of these are really not usable because everything's cut off. But they're okay for like a section for a pocket or something like that. And then for, excuse me, right in front of your face. Well, no, in front of my face. Now I'm going to cut all of these out and put them in the album in a pocket, so that you, whoever you are that buys this, will have all of those to make cards or whatever you want to do. This is the beginning of the folder that I'm going to, the little journal that I'm going to make. And then all of these pages are whole pages. So I have quite a bit, even though that's a portrait. I think, yeah, and then that's a portrait. And I think everything else is landscape. So, yeah. So there we go. That is where I'm at, and I will be back once I get a little further. Woo! Okay, simultaneously. All right, guys. Mwah! Love you. Back in a minute.